Queen Amidala of Naboo stands to address the Senate, and she declares that her homeworld has been invaded by the Trade Federation's droid army. The Federation and the Senate of Malastare recommended a commission to investigate the validity of these claims, and the secret Sith Lord Senator Palpatine used his manipulation skills, convincing the Queen that Chancellor Valorum was part of the Trade Federation and would easily buckle. Valorum acted exactly like Palpatine had predicted, folding to the Federation. This angered Amidala, as she wanted action from the Senate to protect Naboo, and she called for a vote of no confidence against Valorum. After the session, Queen Amidala and the Gungan Jar Jar Binks are interrupted by the presence of Palpatine. Alongside Antilles of Alderaan and Ainlee Teem of Malastare, Palpatine had been nominated to succeed Valorum as Supreme Chancellor. Hearing the news, he remarked that it was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. However, what if it wasn't a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one? What would happen to Valorum? Would this delay Palpatine's Sith plans? As you're about to discover, Palpatine's words will make a massive difference to events. Watching out of the window at the skyline of Coruscant, Queen Amidala and Jar Jar Binks hear the voice of Captain Panaka. Turning to meet the head of security for the Royal House of Naboo, they also see the disappointed Palpatine with two of Amidala's handmaidens. The Senator of Naboo had not been nominated to succeed Chancellor Valorum, and he would have to wait his turn. Whilst Queen Amidala returned to Naboo with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, Palpatine returned to the penthouse suite of his master Darth Plagueis. The Sith Lord is displeased with his apprentice, and they are forced to delay their plans. Tasking Maul to eliminate the two Jedi and Amidala, Plagueis sought to resolve a disturbance in the Force he had recently felt. Following Amidala to the planet of Naboo, Plagueis was not in danger from Sidious, as his apprentice still needed him to become the Supreme Chancellor, and he waited for the inevitable battle. Watching from afar, Plagueis watched as the Trade Federation had the upper hand, before unexpectedly, all of the droids mysteriously faltered. In the skies, the droid control ship had been destroyed by young Anakin Skywalker, and Plagueis knew that this was his disturbance in the Force. His apprentice must have sensed it too, and Plagueis leapt into his ship to pursue Anakin. Stopping in a hangar, Plagueis convinces Anakin to go back to his home planet of Tatooine and visit his mother, something that the Jedi had forbidden him from doing so far. Back on Coruscant, the Jedi Council are doubly concerned. Not only had the death of Qui-Gon proven that the Sith had returned, but Anakin Skywalker had vanished from their grasp. Joining Obi-Wan, Anakin, Senator Palpatine, and the newly elected Supreme Chancellor Antilles, the Jedi cannot find any trace of Anakin on Naboo, and Obi-Wan cannot fulfill the last promise to Qui-Gon. After the invasion of Naboo, the disappearance of Plagueis is largely forgotten, except for Senator Palpatine. The Sith apprentice was furious at letting his chance of becoming the Master slip from his grasp, but with the fallen Jedi Master Count Dooku by his side, his opportunity would soon arrive. Preparing to succeed Chancellor Antilles, Palpatine and Dooku create the clone army. But the new Chancellor does not fold like Valorum, and even assassination attempts on Queen Amidala, who still remained as Queen, given Palpatine was the Senator of Naboo, failed to dislodge Antilles. Palpatine and Dooku need to take a different approach, and decide to instigate a war on their own. Targeting the Jedi home planet of Coruscant, Chancellor Antilles had no choice but to respond. With the droid army appearing to still be their enemy, the new clones thrust upon the Republic as seen as allies. The Jedi Council see the clones as allies as well, and rush to join their aid. They successfully repel the attack, but Palpatine and Dooku had gotten what they wanted, as the clones had integrated themselves into the Republic as a grand army. After finding out that the clone army was being manufactured on Kamino, they dispatch Obi-Wan to find more about this mysterious army. The Jedi traversed the difficult conditions to land on one of the planet's dome structures, but he soon found that he was not alone. Obi-Wan comes face to face with a much older and darker Anakin Skywalker. The apprentice of Plagueis surged towards Obi-Wan, and the Jedi seamlessly dodged the attacks. Leading the battle to the outside, Obi-Wan was pushed into the water, but recovered to fly away. Alerting Mace Windu and Yoda of the threat, Obi-Wan returns to Coruscant devoid of information. The Council meet again, and conclude that Anakin must be the apprentice of Dooku. This time, the Council send more Jedi with their New Republic gunships, surrounding the planet with their forces, They are met by the Separatist Alliance. The Battle of Camino had begun. That is it for part 1 of What If It Wasn't a Surprise to be sure but a welcome one. If you would like to see a part 2 soon, please like this video, turn on your notification bell, and subscribe for more what ifs. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.